Hi, chat. Bye, chat.
Hi, chat. Bye, chat.
Now, where were we before Twitch so rudely interrupted us?
Deciding who we were going to talk to.
We were about to talk to Denriel.
Yes.
That was the decision made?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if that was going to be the least stressful one.
I'm going to put before.
I think so.
Before internet has the time to be internet, I'm going to put Denriel on the. I'm
going to rush. I'm going to race in there.
I'm going to race in guns and blare. Yeah. And I was like, hey, Denriel, our internet allowed us to talk today. He's going to be like, what's internet?
No time to explain. Go, go, go.
Okay, there we go. And you put, okay, so Finnegan puts the Denriel gem into the circle.
Yes.
Okay. The circle lights up, and you are confronted with an elf who has sort of the skin tone and hair color and texture of one of the Calthier, one of the members of the Shadow City. As if they've spent a very long time in the plane of shadow.
I'm getting back to my elf notes.
I have so many questions.
It's time then, he says.
Time.
He looks around. Does Kithriel still live?
Kithriel.
Should we answer this question?
I didn't think about how truthful we were going to be.
Kithriel didn't tell you about me.
No. They did not.
Why am I incarcerated? He says to Shilra. You are not technically incarcerated. You are simply in the gem because the elves asked that we put you there. I have no records of anything that you've done before coming here. He looks back at you all.
There's no record of what he's done?
No. Sure says. Again, she looks to Esmeralda. Your people were the ones who asked that he be put here, and as I recall, you didn't say anything, Denriel.
Denriel, you didn't protest? Are you... I don't know how to ask what I want to ask.
Part of the plan.
You being in the gym is part of the plan?
How else could I remember everything?
You're not.
Okay.
They're not. Oh, no. They do remember stuff if they were in the gym. That's like, okay. But what do you know that you have to know? That might be a complex question.
I know a lot, but I would appreciate not being in this thing anymore. Just the same. So I'd like to share enough with you to convince you that I'm going to help, but not everything so that you have no further use of me.
In order to get him out of the gym, just double checking, we have to have the
set him free, says the narrator. You have to smash it. That you can do right now with your hands.
Oh, the gavel is
the opposite, for destroying them.
Gotcha. I'm tempted to let him out.
Okay.
I say to the party.
Ask your questions, he says.
Let's ask a couple of questions while we've got him in the no tell lies zone. just
You're right. I'm getting too eager.
Okay. Oh God, I'm so nervous. Okay. All right. Hold on. I wrote a lot of things that I need to review. 1 second.
Let me see if it's going to be easier to type on this iPad or...
I feel like there's such a wormhole of questions to
I know.
ask.
Edit message. Yes.
Okay, you know what? We'll just go with the one that's on the very previous page. Do you know why Kithriel turned on Ilona?
Because Alona wanted to kill all of us.
Okay. Cool. So we were right.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's been so long. Shit.
Alright, some slow.
They dated, right?
Slow
Just
easy man.
Alona and Kithriel had the three daughters.
Denriel says.
I'm sorry, Denriel. I'm catching myself back up fully.
This is a very strange place to start, but it's fine a place as any, I suppose.
Do you know who essentially, I guess, your nieces and nephews are? Question mark.
My nieces? Yes.
Nieces, you're right. 3 daughters. We don't know one of them.
One of them is a mystery.
One of them is a. Do you know their names?
Hang on. Out of character,
yeah.
the answer is yes, but I have to find the fucking...
Oh, was that the oh crap, I need to find it face?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I thought it was an oh crap, I asked a wrong question face.
No.
I did too. I was like, uh-oh.
I was like,
That was a
uh-oh.
really good or a really bad question.
I need to not watch your face while I while I ask things. I'm reading too much into like, did the DM make that face in a bad way?
Yeah,
In a good way?
I think I used...
I mean, to be fair, it's sometimes you catch things
That's true.
when you watch his face.
But sometimes I over.
Okay.
Yes. Got it. Whew. Aya, Ilyana, Ophelia.
Oof, I love that name.
You've met 2 of them.
Is it Ileana was the one that
Got
Ophelia.
stuck in a room in your house and was never spoken of again. Yep, that one. Wonder what happened to her.
Huh? I don't.
Yeah, it was a bit ago. There was an episode where, a lot happened that episode. She kind of came in on the heels of, I think, Valen's meltdown. So, and that episode, a lot of things happened in the living room, right? Rachel had that dream.
Oh, you're so right.
Rachel had the dream about hugging everybody, and when Finnegan was, poking around people's brains, and then had, the infinite sadness of realizing that Rachel's one wish is to hug people, and she literally can't do that without killing them.
Oh, this was the post party. Yeah, I don't have much memory of
Right.
I need to do an entire watch through again because I keep forgetting shit.
It's okay. Don't worry. This is not a gotcha moment. In fact, I've been thinking about that specific moment. She's not in the room anymore, but she hasn't left Hollice. Don't worry.
Wait, Aya, Ophelia, and
Ilyana.
Ileana.
Well, you know Aya pretty well. Ilyana, you met. She has not, to your knowledge, met Aya yet. And Ophelia, you haven't met, don't know, but there has been some suspicion that she's somehow connected to Miralyn and Miralyn's possession of the artifact.
Can I ask
Denriel or the DM?
Denriel. I was trying to think of the name. Can I ask Denriel, do you know where and or how Ophelia was squirreled away for the big spell? I know
They were engemmed, and I hid them in the plane of shadow. All 3 of them. But you're telling me that they are out and about now. How old are they? To your eyes?
That's an excellent question.
Out of character, you all believe. I mean, Aya believes herself to be in her late 20s.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Did Ileana look comparable?
She looked precisely the same age.
Okay.
Okay.
So
we will report that.
yeah.
So several decades then. Okay. But you don't know about Ophelia?
No.
No.
We haven't found or really heard much of her. Except you, literally, right now.
Yeah. That's the most information we've gotten. So you hid them on the plane of shadow. How long were you there?
15, 20 years.
Is this like a time is different there, or did you just hang out for that long? I'm curious.
I'm a bit of both, but I was there before all of the shit happened, as it were, which is why I was ideally suited to find places to hide them where even the Raven Queen couldn't find them.
You hid the gems in the plane of shadow somehow where the Raven Queen still couldn't find them?
Under her nose.
Literally?
Like the
No.
last place you'd ever look?
Not literally, but yes, in the last place she would think to look. It seems like it's irrelevant now, even if she hears my words, because the daughters are free.
Except
She didn't mean them any harm anyway, but it was more for the Raven Queen's protection and the daughter's protection. If the goddess of secrets has no idea, then those who have a connection to secrets can't know for that connection alone. They would have to know something else. Meaning the only beings who knew were Kithriel and myself.
So Alona had no idea that they were even hidden, I guess?
Oh no, Alona knew
Just
they were
maybe she
hidden.
did.
I'm sure she spent a lot of time trying to pry that from Kithriel.
Sounds ominous.
Well, I mean, I suspected at some point, Kithriel did too, that she would at least find one of the daughters, but one would not be enough. Without all three, she couldn't do what she wanted to do, and so she wouldn't have killed one daughter. She'd have to kill all three of them at once. So if she had one of them, or even two of them, as long as one remained at large, they'd be okay.
can we go check like where they were? Is Ophelia possibly still hidden in that same spot?
I don't believe you should unite the daughters yet. Not unless you've reassembled Veracute. You know that name, but not that errand yet.
How do we do that?
You'll need the
That
core.
seems a little beyond our pay grade. What about the core?
You're the wardens. You can enter the vaults. I hid the remains of Veracute also in the plane of shadow. But the core, that was in a vault.
Okay, hold on. I got okay. Wait, I didn't hear the first sentence. There was a core that has to be assembled.
It's the center
the
of
part.
Veracute. It's like his heart.
Okay. Oh. And then there's more pieces scattered in the plane of shadow.
The pieces aren't scattered. At least I didn't scatter them. They were together when I buried them.
Okay, so the core was in a vault. Is there any way to know where this vault ended up? Because there was one. No, shit. Okay.
Do you have those orbs? The shield made these orbs they could use to track the veins of Mystra.
We have one or two. We know of at least two. We
That's
have one.
how you find
My
them.
inventory.
I mean, you must know that by now.
One. Yeah, but we're hoping to know where we're headed. Okay. Okay, hold on. Let me write this down. Hold on. So we have to reassemble Veracute to take on Alona, and then we can what? Is that the proper order of operations to that point?
If Veracute's assembled, yes.
Okay.
You'll probably want the staff of the shill or something equally powerful. No offense, but unless you are masters of deception, you don't quite look strong enough to me to confront Alona.
That would be correct.
She's a wounded goddess, but she is still a goddess.
Yeah, my strength is my negative stat.
I believe in you, Finn.
Thanks.
I think I spelled Alona's name wrong. It's fine. I know what that means. Okay. Okay. Anybody else got questions right now? I'm pondering.
I'm also pondering.
Oh, wait, I have one. What about who's his face? Hold on. Wait, there was another inevitable.
Marut.
Barracoot and
Marut,
yeah,
says the narrator.
Marut probably. Is Marut's core somewhere? What did they? I don't remember what they did. Do we know what they do? What were their domains?
Marut was the inevitable of death. But to my knowledge, no one knows what happened to that one.
Oh.
They got... Didn't the inevitables either, I can't remember, but went down, got taken down to get to the thing that they were trying to destroy?
The inevitables were removed from play for multiple reasons. Everyone had their own reason for wanting it to happen. The Shill grew in power. Rhakshasa grew in power. Alona grew in power. But those three were all in conflict.
They were all in conflict, but they
So-
were trying to get to the same end goal?
Their end goal was to be the top dog. Their middle goal each involved dealing with the inevitable, so there was some cooperation there. To be honest, it seemed like it could be a good idea at the time. Mistakes were made.
Why do you think it can be a good
just the truth.
idea? Wouldn't it be a bad idea to get rid of the inevitable?
I wasn't involved in the choice. I am involved in the solution.
Gotcha.
My dear sibling bears much of the responsibility.
What? I didn't
Kithriel.
catch the first half of that sentence.
Kithriel is the one who tackled and took down Barracoot.
Really?
But not Marut? Marut?
No.
How powerful do you have to be to, like, take one of those down? I'm assuming...
In a one-on-one fight, anyone would lose.
Yeah.
Had to be a little bit clever. I don't know exactly how Kithriel did it.
Kithriel took down Marut?
Barracoot.
Barracoot.
The one
I-
thing keeping Alona in check.
Can I zoom out for a second and ask for clarification?
Sure.
I don't know if I wrote this wrong or if this is a situation of Zot fucking up people's minds.
It's a good question.
I wrote that Ardenoth said Kithriel dismantled both of them. Is that what Ardenoth said?
That may, in fact, be what Ardenoth believes, yeah. I think so. I'm trying to remember. I listened to the last episode today as well, and I can't remember quite what he said about those two. But if you're asking, do you trust Denriel or Ardenoth, that's a good question. And that's not something I could answer directly, even if I remembered what Ardenoth exactly said. I'll have to look it up later. But I mean, I know the truth, and it's somewhere in the middle.
So they still could have been, like, the spell didn't wipe the people in the gem's memory, but they could have still been lied to, right? They still might have misinformation given on purpose.
That's right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. They're telling us what they think is true.
That's exactly right.
Gotcha. Which would be awfully sneaky and smart of a plan to, like, if he was in there and if Denriel is in the gem and he says he's part of the solution and he knows, sorry, this is sus. I'm getting sus Finnegan energy again. If he was put in the gem as part of the solution and was told things that he believes is true and then put in the gym for us to talk to, then we are thinking everything that's coming out of his mouth is true, even if he was lied to. So how far can we, I guess I'm saying how far can we trust really? He doesn't know why he was put in there.
Yeah.
He is telling us the truth on things because he has to.
Nothing. No one. He never said he doesn't know why he's in there.
Oh, I
When
thought,
asked why are you in there, he said I'm part of the solution, and I remember because I was in the gem. He did it on purpose, says the narrator. Roe has no idea why it's in there because they didn't say he committed this crime, lock him up, like they did with Dreadworm.
Gotcha.
They just said
He volunteered to be in there?
yes. Yes.
Oh.
And because you talked to the halfling first, you have some idea why. Safe from the shill's bullshit.
Yeah.
Right, because the
I lightly
gems
forgot about that.
protected them from any of the memory.
Everything, right?
Dust fuckery.
Being in the vaults means you don't lose your memories to that spell. Being in the gem means you didn't die either. You weren't part of the fuel. You didn't become a ghost or a steward or anything. You're whole in hail.
Okay. But I forget. I don't know how we got to this point, but it's semi-confirmed Zot has messed with people's memories.
Yeah.
Like, I wrote down Zot messed with Pern's memories specifically.
Yeah.
2 sessions ago. So, who knows who has the actual truth?
Yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of stuff, Denriel says. Is Zot still here? He said he'd survive somehow.
Yeah. He's real smug about it, too.
Yes, but he can still be helpful.
I love that. What? So, you were in the gem as part of the solution devised. Was the solution your plan or others' plan?
Several of us. Those that would still exist would be Pern, Zot, Kithriel.
Well, I was going to say, well, we were 2 for 2 there for planning with, no, well, I guess I'm hesitant to call them like the bad guys, but they are the bad guys, but they also like, everything's real dicey. Everything's real. Pern isn't that bad anymore. Pern was the least bad. Sulian was the most
I
bad.
agree.
Right. And then Zot lies in the middle.
He's
if I'm remembering.
a little bit more asshole than
Evil.
quote unquote evil.
Yeah.
Yeah. But still don't like him.
Still don't like him, yeah. Still not a fan. But making plans with, at the time, Pern wasn't that. I'm assuming at the time Pern wasn't like on this new path to try to right the wrongs that he realized happened from the final spell and stuff.
I don't know at what point he defected, honestly.
So
I don't
why
know.
would you, speaking to Denriel, work with them?
What?
With Zot and Pern. Did you say Solian or just Zot and Pern?
Zot and Pern. Sulian was, he wasn't really committed to, anyway, he wasn't going to be helpful. But Pern and Zot both had a vested interest in the survival of the intelligent species, as did Kithriel and I.
I'm getting mad sus vibes.
About me?
A little bit.
Oh, fine, destroy me.
No,
I mean, I have
I'm
stayed
not
in this
gonna
gem for
destroy
2,000
you.
years, and I'm not going to be bullied. You want my help? Take it. You want to die? Do it. I no longer care. I told Kithriel I would do this as long as she did her part. Did she? If you don't know who the fuck I am, I guess not. Then let them all die. He turned to Ro. Destroy me. I literally can't, but also I wouldn't without the order of the wardens. He says. Well, he says, looking at you all.
Kithriel didn't. Now, I know it was a while ago, but last session some things came out about Kithriel that made me go like, oh, I don't think Kithriel's bad, but I'm also sus of I'm sus of everybody, but like a little sus of Kithriel all of a sudden.
No one's either all good or all bad.
That's true.
Mila says behind you. Like you all like me, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any idea how many people I've killed and how cruel I was about doing it? A lot, she says. And sometimes just because I was told to, not because they did. She gets up and walks out of the room.
Ooh. Baggage.
Valen says, I want to see about her. She follows me, Olivia.
That's fair.
Oh no.
I
don't know.
I'm trying to. I think I'm trying.
There's a lot happening.
There's a lot happening, and there's a lot that I feel like Kithriel did not tell us about.
We can't
Denriel.
destroy anybody right now anyways, so maybe we talk to Kithriel first.
We definitely should talk to Kithriel and be like, why did you not tell us about Denriel? That seems like a
There
pretty
is
important aspect.
Yeah. There's a slight chance Kithriel thinks it was so super obvious that of course they planned it this far ahead and didn't feel the need to say it. But
Holy shit, Ramar gets it.
Wait,
It's like literally this guy has all the answers. He literally knows everything. Let's get mad and smash this, destroy him, and then listen to him. You're like suspicious of the one person who can tell us everything. I mean, that would throw Kithriel for a loop. That would mean Kithriel was wrong for the first time in their life. Second time. We all know what the first time was.
for
Though.
Kithriel.
oh, Kithriel.
Yeah. Like, you know how when we ask a question of Kithriel that seems like maybe it should be obvious and he just stares at us
Yeah.
horrifyingly.
Yeah.
So if she thought it was very obvious, she wouldn't have brought it up.
I apologize for losing my temper, Denriel says.
That's okay. Things
I
are
mean-
tense.
It's been a weird day for everyone, and I'm sure for you, we're doing our best here.
What of the third inevitable?
Okay. Oh fuck, there's a third one.
I should hope so.
What do you mean, Shopso?
Quaroot.
Whomst?
Kunst?
Q-U-A.
Q-U-A.
R-U-T. Quaroot.
Oh, I put an L in there. Damn.
That's cool. I
was
wish I'd have thought
close.
of that.
Was Quaroot also dismantled?
No. Quaroot was
Oh.
much more powerful and honestly not worth the trouble, as I understand it. They could see all futures and all pasts. They know every possibility, every timeline. They effectively ensure that time travel is impossible because, well, linearity of time is inevitable.
This seems like a silly question. How many inevitable are there or were there in total?
In truth, I don't know myself. Do you know, bro? No. I remember tell of at least 2 more, but they were, to my knowledge, they never really appeared.
Okay. So, of the 3 that are relevant right now, Varakut and Marut were
Marut.
dismantled. Marut, I probably said it wrong. We have a chance of reassembling Varakut and getting it back up and running.
What happened to
Wow.
Quaroot, if not dismantled?
Hey, everyone in the party, give me an intelligence check.
Oh, I'm scared.
Someone in chat got it, and I want to make sure that it doesn't go got lost on you all. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot to keep track of right now. And the players always have a bigger burden than people watching because the players have their own characters and their characters' feelings to think about. And you're representing your acting. So there's a lot.
Just
that's
flat
not good.
intelligence.
Flat intelligence.
Can I guidance?
Just yourself.
7.
13.
Be smart, Renmar.
Also 13. I rolled real bad. I rolled an 8.
I rolled a 6.
My God.
I'm sorry.
I guess 13 might be okay. Let me
Did I
just.
get away with Arcana?
I'll try to lead you there a little bit. I'll try to lead you there a little bit. I'm not going to just give it to you because that's a terrible roll. But
Yeah.
have you ever thought about this before? Like someone who's aware of every other timeline. When has that ever been said by me?
The witch, the snow witch, son of a
Yeah.
bitch.
Is the Snow Witch the inevitable in
Special
disguise?
thanks to Echotronic for fucking nailing it in the chat there.
Damn. Okay.
You have, as a party, in fact, spoken with the third inevitable.
Why not tell her?
See,
Does
I
she
Told
not
y'all
know?
we needed to go back.
Does she not know she's an inevitable?
She's probably pretty aware, says the narrator.
Was she not part of the spell?
The Wicked Witch of the East, bro. She came out in a bubble.
That's my favorite fucking sound.
I quote you're gonna look at me and tell me that I'm wrong
Daily.
way more than I should.
Oh, absolutely.
Came down in a bubble. She wore a crown and came down in a bubble. Oh, God.
It's the passion I strive to have during.
Right?
Man, good
Debate.
memories. That's a good memory.
Okay. All right.
Why didn't she introduce herself as
I knew we need.
Quarroot?
She started off very snippy.
She
and we were
did.
very tired. Okay. So we have to go back even more than before. Okay.
I'm gonna take notes from now on in our little whippets chat. That way I can like save our to do and everything.
It's nice to have a digital backup.
Yeah, exactly.
And where like everybody can look. I just type too loudly.
That's right.
And
That's
I
why
would
I'm
be constantly
doing like.
yeah.
I hate quiet keyboards because I need the click key. But for taking notes, quiet keyboards are kind of nice.
I like the quiet keyboards. The problem is usually I have really long nails.
Yeah, I'm still doing
So,
clicks. Still doing clicks, yeah.
It's so nice though.
matter
Not for
how-
audio, but like for the brain is good.
Mhm. I like it even when they hit my phone
Yeah.
screen. Just little.
So I keep my nails long sometimes because I like the.
It's nice. But that's why I don't take digital notes.
That's so
Owie.
fair.
Um,
So to do, go see
Okay.
Snow Witch.
go back to the Snow Witch.
Snow.
Okay. So hear me out.
Okay.
The way Veracute has been described as being in pieces that could be reassembled, it sounds very mechanical.
Yes, that's right.
Our suspicion of Quarroot did not seem mechanical. Are they all different? Can they change themselves?
And look like whatever they want to if they're still assembled.
Okay. It's like a Terminator. Got it.
What?
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay. So, okay. Now I have
Buffering.
extra questions for the Snow Witch. Okay, I need to write down my list of questions for her. rather than trusting my brain to hold them. Okay. I would like to pose a vote that we smash the gym and get Denriel out of there.
Oh yeah, I'm down.
Get more help and cry
Can
on the
Denriel be part
inside
of our
this
party?
time.
Can we add Denriel to the
Like-
party?
Says the narrator.
Denriel, if we smash you, will you be part of our party?
You mean set me free, or do you mean literally smash me?
No, not death. Set you free.
I will help you as best I can.
Ah.
If your intention is still to prevent a loner from destroying everything.
Oh yeah, we're pretty set on that one, I think.
It's pretty high on the list,
Yeah.
to be honest. Could definitely use some help accomplishing the goal,
Yeah.
but it's really high up there.
Can I just take the gem and just like, I'm assuming just throw it on the ground?
Yeah, you literally can do that.
Okay.
Okay, you pick it up, and Denriel winks out, and you throw the gem at the ground, and it smashes into 4 big chunks, and rising from a pink, rich ruby plume of smoke, rises Denriel.
Welcome.
Quite stiff. That wasn't supposed to be part of this. To be fair, Ro says, no one's ever been in one quite this long. Well, so happy to conduct a little bit of research for you. Thank you.
You are welcome.
Yeah. Everyone seems to have known things that were going to happen, but no one seems to have known it was going to take 2,000 years.
Yeah.
2,000.
Oops. Surprise. That's why you're really uncomfortable and stiff. It's been a while. Why did no one have... It sounds like no one could get a hold of Quarut and ask how long this was going to take.
Quirrell doesn't really experience time as we understand it anyway. They exist at all moments.
Fair. Okay.
So
Okay.
everyone is kind of, some people have been have been told some false things about the plan. Some know the plan, but nobody knows the time. So somewhere somebody didn't convey the time or lied about the time they were like, why?
And the plan was you all. He looks at the 4 of you.
But I think what Finn's saying is it sure seems like everybody knew a lot about the plan, but one person had to have known about the timeline of the plan and
Yeah.
didn't share. It's weird. Y'all seem to have so much foresight, but no idea how long this would be.
Yes.
I mean, if I were to guess, it would be that if someone knew a more precise timeline, then someone would not have done or been where they needed to. So we're all falling along a path of dominoes someone else set up.
There's a lot happening for this plan is probably the biggest plan in all of like this, like the world, to not know the timeline.
Right? I'm running through a list of suspects. Who's
It's like the biggest plan that's ever been conducted ever, and nobody knew the amount of time.
But the plan here is just to make sure that Alona doesn't win, and to do that we needed the wardens. And no one knew what a warden was, except for Chalanoth.
How did Chalanoth know? This is a question I feel like we've never asked.
I don't know. The wardens were some mind flayer philosophy prediction. like it was part of their religion.
But if we okay, so I'm gonna go back out on my mind flayer tangent. Save the not all mind flayers tangent.
Denriel looks at you, Raymar, and Esmeree. He has a mind flayer tangent.
Yes. If
It's, you know what? There's a lot of things about Finn that are too adjacent to mind flayers and maybe favorable for comfort sometimes. It's fine.
but
Let's hear him out.
But I do pose if we, the saviors, the wardens, were part of their philosophy and religion, and we are the heroes that are needed to literally stop the thing, how is bad? How did we get bad?
What are you talking about?
Finn,
Like, yes, Ranwar?
I'm sorry. Can you finish your question?
No,
How
that
is
was I'm
bad?
kind of like they seem to be like they seem to understand who did they just know about us? Like not that they were like religion makes me think they were like prophesizing and like not praying to us, but like if we were so like special in their eyes to be able to come and solve this problem, how is bad? What is bad? How are we not more sympathetic towards them? I guess
Towards mind flayers.
I just
You want sympathy for mind flayers.
okay.
Has he been mind controlled?
no. I just
How many
I'm
exist
just-
still? I thought they were all destroyed except for Ardenoth and, well, no one can
don't know
destroy
how
the
to.
Wanderer.
I don't know how to ask my question properly. I don't think, but
If I, from what I understand your question, I could point to the book and what it's bound with. Maybe as a wee bit of,
yeah.
but also maybe the book can answer where did they get this prophecy from?
Yeah, well, how did they have this prophecy? This doesn't feel like their prophecy to have. I guess is
Right, it's
my main draw, my
Yeah.
main takeaway. Because the other thing is that they're not that bad,
Yeah.
and that doesn't feel likely. So, why do they have this prophecy? They were also wiped out.
Oh no.
So, like,
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
they were also wiped out.
But by their own kind.
No,
Yes. Denriel says.
wait, really? I thought it was the whole.
Ardenoth. Yeah, I mean, Ardenoth orchestrated it. Yeah, the Beholders did it.
Oh, okay. I was like, me and Denriel are about to about to go in this.
Look, Denriel says, do you like chicken?
Yes.
Okay. Do you eat chicken?
Yeah.
Imagine that you have this epiphany
Okay.
that there's going to be a chicken, and when this chicken arrives on the world, it will be very obvious to you that this is a golden special chicken. Don't eat this
Okay.
chicken, because this chicken is going to guarantee salvation for you.
Yeah.
Are you still going to eat other chickens? Because the mind flayers chose to keep eating chickens.
Just not the golden chicken.
No, people. Oh, yes, and also the golden person would not be eaten. Does that help?
Oh, a little bit.
Like maybe you, as a being, would think, oh, if there's going to be a special chicken, maybe I should not eat chickens anymore because
Yeah.
maybe all chickens are special. And if you made
did
that
not.
choice, I would like to tell you that I think you are a good aligned being. And that's nice, Denriel says. Do you know who are not good aligned beings?
Eat the mind flare.
I'm doing my best to help. I know I'm new here.
Yeah.
Thank you, Denriel.
That okay,
Thank
okay,
you.
okay. I understand now. Thank you, Denriel. I do not know then. I do not. What are we? What?
So I hate to ask, but can we refresh my memory? The mind flayers wiped each other out.
So
until-
it is it's complicated because they all keep like there's a lot of cross traffic on who wants to blame who.
Yeah.
But the timeline that is most likely, okay, the most likely timeline because it's also coming up in chat too. They're also like trying to hammer it out. Is that there were a lot of mind flayers, and they had these beholders that were their servants. And the beholders are like, "We'd like to be free, please." And the beholders are like, "No, we literally made you to serve us. You don't get to do that." And a couple of mind flayers are like, "But like, they do seem like they're smart. Maybe they shouldn't just be our servants." And the mind flayer majority was like, nah. And so the beholders rebelled and escaped. And then the mind flayers resubjugated them to keep them safe, but also to make them serve them again. And then the beholders rebelled again and destroyed all but 2 of the mind flayers, the ones that helped them, Chaldenath and
That's
Ardenoth.
right.
Okay. And then the beholders are still around, and they're like, "Great, we're free, but we're going to die out. We need some help. Can you help us procreate?" And the mind flayers are like, "Literally, no, we're sad boys, and we're going to wander the plains forever and be sad boys." And the beholders are like, "Well, that's not fucking useful. So we'll find someone to help. Will the gods help us?" The gods are like, "No, you're creepy." But then Alona's like, "If you help me, because no one wants to help me because I'm also considered creepy, then I'll help you." But she lied to them. But the beholders are like, "Well, we don't know that we trust you, but we literally have no other choice, and no one else will help us, so we'll do whatever you ask us to do." And Eleanor's like, "Great, let's eradicate all intelligent life that's not us." And the beholders are like, "That seems extreme, but you'll help us make babies?" She's like, oh yeah, definitely. I'll definitely do that. Yep. Yep. And the beholders were like, "Well, we literally have no choice." And the beholders marched out and started destroying people. And then Zot was like, "Yeah, okay, I guess I do have to do something," and wiped them all out, and then basically killed Alona.
Okay.
I'm making a
I
note
had
about this as well.
forgotten-
It's a lot, but does that help?
Yeah.
That's-
Okay. Yeah. So,
Because I had
Okay.
forgotten like the first who wiped who out first was where I got
Yep.
really
No, it gets dicey.
confused.
But now you know. Now you know the truth.
Been a bit.
You're good.
Is it though? Is that the truth? Is that what we think it is so far?
how did Zod destroy Alona? Just like,
He hit her in the shins really, really hard.
but I'm assuming all the inevitables had to be taken out to get to Alona, right? And then also
The inevitables were already out of the picture.
so the inevitables are out. Beholders are helping Alona.
Mm-hmm. Zot makes the beholders go bye-bye.
And then gets Alona.
And then gets Alona. Right. And then uses Alona's corpse effectively as fuel to catapult Maleki to the new position of nature, because nature starts dying after Alona is taken out of the picture. That is
This is the point where there's the split between the elves, right?
right. Some of the elves were like, "We've made a lot of mistakes. Maybe Alona was right. Maybe we shouldn't exist and we should let everything reset." And the other elves were like, "You're crazy sad boys. We're not going to let crazy sad boys ruin everything. So no." And then they said, "Let's make Maleki." And they worked with the shield to make that happen. Because without the inevitables to fix it or prevent it in the first place, they still had to fix it on their own. They basically kicked the parents out and were doing their best on their own. The Lord of the Flies on a galactic scale.
I don't know what that means.
So basically, like, the inevitables would have not let them do what they did in the first place. And if the inevitables were around, they would have fixed this. There has to be a goddess of nature. That's literally what Varakut's job is. But Varakut was not up to fix it.
Why didn't Quaru do anything?
Quirwit's job has nothing to do with that.
Quarut's job is just to make sure no one time travels and starts messing up all the timelines, right?
Correct. Time is what it is. And they will not let anyone mess with, like, you can't, if things have happened, they have happened. And she will not let that change.
Varakut was for nature, yeah.
Varakut's for all of the gods. The gods have control of things. Quorut has control of time, make sure that time is constant. Varakut makes sure that there are gods, that gods are constant. Marut makes sure that death is a constant, or at least they did that. Now there's only one constant left. I mean, there's others, but the major players are the three we talked about.
Why did they go out did Varakut and Maru go out at the same time?
No, Marut was first.
Maru was first?
Mm-hmm.
Where was the Raven Queen at the time that Maru got taken out?
That's a good question. It's a good question.
Because if Marut was the inevitable of death, then you would think the Raven Queen being she's the goddess of death and all of that. You think that she would be protecting Marut, right? They go hand in hand.
So Marut not being in the picture anymore gave more power to the shill because it let the shill do what they wanted with death as a constant in energy that Marut would not have allowed. Maybe that also benefited Weejas to do what she wanted with the power of death, to make her own choices without Marut.
Oh, I
in the
don't
way.
like that.
But that's what Zot said. Like Zot's position was that she gained a lot of power from all this happening. I know no one trusts Zot though, so you have to take those two things on the scales and figure out where's the truth.
I mean, ultimately, it could go either way. Either she got a lot of power and was like, tee hee hee, get fucked, Marut, or because the shill were doing what they wanted, she wasn't getting energy from anybody dying.
Did she get energy from Marut? Do we know that?
I don't know.
Marut didn't give anyone energy. Marut just made sure that people died, that death happened.
Okay.
And that death was a constant in the cosmos, which is in some ways her job now.
Yeah.
Maybe she wanted more responsibility, more power. Maybe she thought she could do a better job. Maybe she did a better job. It's hard to say. In some ways, things are better. In some ways, things were way, way worse.
But she didn't. Oh, there's
10 seconds. The ad's happening, whether we want it to or not. Let's take a bio break for 3 minutes. We're going to not talk about the tense stuff.
Whoa.
I know.
I have questions. Okay, fine.
I need to hold my Marut and Weejas question.
Warut. Should be a Wario.
Well, I was literally going to say
Waluigi.
Wario.
Wario times. Oh my God. Dodoto asks, what did I miss? Echo says,
my gosh.
Ranmar finally proposed to Ashtail. Well, now Dodoto can deal with that sadness that he missed such an historic moment. Sadly, so did I.
That's fucked up, Echo. Oh no.
I know.
Ugh.
Really
Is it bad to still have sympathy for the beholders and the mind flayers?
I want to share with everyone that I did everything I could to generate sympathy for the beholders. Because I feel like while the beholders are terrifying monsters who did terrifying things, they kind of really were in a hopeless situation.
Yeah.
And they were told, do despicable things and we will save you. Yeah. And they felt like they had no choice. Now, should they have chosen oblivion instead? I mean, what species would do that? They were in a very, very unfair situation. The mind flayers. Were they in an unfair situation now that you have all the details? I mean, right? The mind flayers, so to be fair, the only two mind flayers who I feel like have any room for sympathy are the only two you can possibly talk to.
Yeah.
Because the rest have been completely eradicated by the two surviving mind flayers. One of which, I'm proud to say, is the most terrifying mind flayer that has ever been conceived of in the entire mythos of Dungeons and Dragons. I'm very proud of this fucking monster. And it's Finnegan's bestie that Finnegan will die defending. So
no,
I think I did very good. Honestly, I think I did really good.
I don't know why. I forget. I need to find my older notebooks. There was something that was happening with Childenhoff that I felt such sympathy. Like there was one thing. I think it was the like roaming forever alone. But wait, he did it. Did we know he did it at that time?
Did what?
Was the reason that he's roaming forever alone?
He's roaming forever alone because he wanted to make sure that you fulfilled the task of the wardens, that you did what you had to do. He wanted to make sure that nothing got in the way in a way that would prevent you from doing stuff.
He also broke one of the daughters out.
How about I give you an epiphany, Finnegan? I'm going to give Finnegan an epiphany in a minute.
Okay.
An epiphany.
Because oh god, let me not knock everything. Because also he worked with your. I'm doing stuff in the ad. He worked with What is your Patreon?
My Patreon? I don't have a Patreon.
Oh, not Patreon.
It's been so
You should do a
long.
Patreon.
The sick.
Yes.
Please, brain.
Vergadine?
Vergadine.
Thank
Childenoff
you.
worked with Vergadine worked with Childenoff. I cannot be Why would Vergadine work with Childenoff? I mean, they probably had similar, like, they needed each other to further a goal, but they, like, I can't.
I mean, can you think of any stories or movies ever where the bad guy and the good guy were like, if we don't work together, we're both fucked. So I guess for now, we have to be allies. But the moment they complete whatever they're doing, they're literally fighting into the next scene. That is like trope all over fantasy fiction and literature. Is everyone ready?
I was talking during the ad. I apologize.
Welcome back, everybody. It's okay.
A reason to watch the YouTube video.
I did want to wait
Hi.
to share with everyone the epiphany that I want to give to Just Finnegan right now.
Okay.
You're like, what the hell? Like, what is this prophecy? How does it benefit them? And what has Chaldonoth done to help us? If we're the wardens, we're just going to do whatever, right? What could possibly fuck with that? Well, as long as time flows constantly and nothing can go back in time and change anything, then yes, the prophecy has to happen the way it was going to happen. And maybe some being that literally nothing else can stand up to was making sure that the only still intact inevitable remained intact. And what being on this plane has not expressed trepidation at the very thought of going toe-to-toe with Chaldonoth? Maybe Chaldonoth protected Quarut to make sure the wardens could do their job. And that just occurred to Finnegan. That like look from Ranmar like, no, I'll never convince him that chili's bad. I know, right? I did good.
Why?
I was grateful
would-
for Denriel helping, and now
Denriel will still help. I'm
would
different. I'm not
he
Denriel.
Protect Quarut. Why would he? Is he going to convince? Did he make a deal with? What you just said was the going back in time, right? Like the prophecy change. Is he protecting Quarut? If Quarut controls time, are they in it together? Did they make a pact to be like, you can go back and change the prophecy at the very end? Like, so he's all buddy now, but he knows that he has a. This is Finnegan is like in another. Do I have to roll for?
If you
like,
look in
damage?
Finnegan's eyes right now, he has the same eyes that dude did in Always Sunny when he's like pinned up all the things and the red string across the board and he's talking about who the fuck is.
I'm going a million miles an hour in my brain right now.
It's a lot.
the best meme. Okay, so we're circling back to why did they have this prophecy? Why are they so determined that it happens? There's only 2 of them left, as sad as it is.
And they were smooching. They were definitely smooching a little bit.
Denriel knows a lot of stuff.
Why?
But does Denriel know about the prophecy?
Can
Well, he's supposed to,
I
right?
guidance Denriel knowing about the prophecy?
It wouldn't matter. I rolled a natural one. So
No.
there is one being who you know does, but she's hard to talk to.
He's in night skin.
Well, it's
Wait,
actually there's 2.
Snow Witch or Kithriel?
There's 2. Shilarani is the leading expert
Oh,
who among the Shill, the leading expert
Yeah.
on the elders, the outsiders, the old ones. But also Finnegan's carrying around a special book in his backpack that can probably answer these questions too.
Is
You
it
could
time
also-
to
you
whip
should
it out?
ask the book.
You might also get Ardnoth himself to speak to you and ask him questions.
Should we pull the book out?
That's when Finnegan finally starts talking again. Should we pull the book out?
Should we pull the book out? Sorry, hard book.
Finn, what just happened to you?
I don't know. I'm in it. I'm so deep into whatever like grasp Childnoff has on my brain. Like
Yeah.
Valen and Mealavir return.
Ray Marco, yeah. Why would he help?
Your
why
brain has been grasped.
Why would Marut? No. Why would Quarut help Chili? Why would Chili help Quarut? Why?
Denriel is suddenly on the ground. Milavir's knee is behind both of his knees. She has a sword around his throat, and she's got him by the hair.
No,
this is another one outside of the ring.
No.
He's outside of the ring. He's fucking mine.
No.
What?
No.
Don't do that.
This is friend is helping.
Breaks.
We set him free. It's
Friend
fine.
shaped.
Friend-shaped. Do I have to persuade?
You're really good, Denriel says. Yeah, I know. She says, are you gonna do me in after they decided to set me free? No, guess not. This is a choice. You're all sound mind and stuff.
Yeah. Well, don't ask.
She's like looking at all of you. She looks pretty freaked out.
Yes, we asked many questions while Denriel was in the circle. Denriel is Kithriel's brother, so there's that.
That doesn't make it any better.
And
look,
That's why I'm so glad you're on my side right now.
hey, I want to tell you what, skinny man. Here's the deal. I'm not a man. I know you're an elf, and if you correct me on calling you a thing I wanted to call you to be a pejorative, then I'm gonna stab you. Got it, he says. And if you pull any shit, I'm gonna stab you. Okay, is there any condition under which you won't stab me? I don't know yet. I'll figure it out, she says. She eases the blade away from his neck and
That's good.
and lets him go. How did you do that? Valen says. What? You were like over here with me. We're like 15 feet away. Do you want me to show you? I don't know.
Shadow jumper.
She says. Yeah, it's pretty easy. She says. She looks over the party. I could maybe show you all if you want to.
Do it.
Yes.
Yes, please.
It's
do it.
against the law, isn't it? Valen
Yes.
says.
What's against law?
How many rules am I allowed to
Fuck
break
the
today?
law.
We are
Hate
the
your
law.
crime.
We are the law. I am the captain now.
I don't feel
We are
good.
the law.
I don't feel good, she says. Milavir stows her swords and sits back down in the galley. You're all so intense, Shiro says.
Don't worry about it.
A lot happens.
Denriel gets
Pretty
back up on his
often.
feet. He's like triple taking at Valen. Looks like he's recognizes her, but he's also really confused by it, so he doesn't say anything.
Why'd you
Are you
look at her
seeing
like
what-
that?
What
Huh?
Why'd you look at Fallen like that?
Who? Her. Apologies,
the
Miss
one you double take?
Denriel.
Ah.
Okay. Were you in like one of those rocks? Yes. This is a lot. Fallen says, this is a lot.
It's
I-
a lot.
Wait, is this Fallen's first? Did she literally? This is her.
This is her first adventuring
I
party,
forgot about
says
that.
the narrator. That's right.
Yeah.
This is like
Yeah.
not how adventuring parties usually go.
This is not normal, Valen.
It's our normal.
None of this is normal.
It's not.
I'm so sorry. You've been wrapped up in it.
Maybe I'll just stay home after this one.
Oh no.
Oh, Ashel says, oh, honey.
Oh no.
She starts shaking her head, looking at her like resigned to the fact that Valen too is now in this, whether she wants it or not.
Unfortunately. Yeah, you're kind of in it. I'm so sorry.
We're all in it together.
Yeah. But we're in it to win it. We got
are.
this. Okay.
You are, of course, a
I miss
party of seasoned adventurers, Denriel says. Planeswalking, dragon slaying.
Dragon friending.
Yeah, sure, that part of it. Giant killers.
Did we kill a giant?
Were they ogres? We killed ogres.
Ogre Scout.
That was great.
Mighty heroes.
Matchmakers, therapists.
So what's
No.
next, party? Are we going to find more of these vault things, right?
Are we done with the? We're not done with the jams. This is
We still have to
We
talk to the Rhakshasa, don't we?
we have two more.
A what? Denriel says.
I know. You've been in that chest with the Rhakshasa for a few months.
know.
It's normal.
I don't know what a Rhakshasa. I don't know how scared I should be.
Denriel looks at you, Finnegan, and then looks at Ramar. Looks at Esmeralda. Looks at the NPC is sitting on the bench. Is there room on there for me? What the hell? Muliver says. Bygones. Muliver says she slides over and pats the bench next to herself.
friends.
Denriel cautiously sits down between Muliver and Velen.
I'm having a great time. Everyone's connecting so well. We're getting along. We're really.
I'm glad you're having a great
I'm
time.
having a
Finn.
great time. We all
Consider,
seem tense in here.
what if
Don't roll.
what
I'm
if
scared.
you
I
didn't
said I'm
talk
having a
to the
great time,
Rhakshasa?
and then he immediately rolls.
For once, I'm getting ahead of chat.
No. Oh my god.
What? Why?
I know what you just rolled.
What? Share.
And no, because on the off chance I'm wrong,
Sharing the
it'll
whippets.
remind him. Oh, that's right. We have secrets.
Don't roll again.
See?
I forgot what the Rhakshasa is. Wait, you didn't answer my Rhakshasa question.
What was you asking?
We should be afraid, right?
I didn't know what a
How
Rhakshasa.
scared?
How scared should I be of them?
Ramar is familiar. Did you talk to Rachel about the Rhakshasa? At some point it came up. A Rhakshasa is a classic Dungeons and Dragons enemy, like all of these. A Rhakshasa is he's the sort of like tiger looking being with the backwards hand paws. He's a demon,
Backwards hand
devil
paws?
specifically. He's the classic sort of like, ideal of a devil in Dungeons and Dragons where, you make a deal with them and they have to honor it to the letter. And usually it's in their interest, even if you think it's in yours. But the trick with a Rhakshasa is that you would literally cover yourself in oil and set yourself on fire and slowly burn to death, smiling the entire time, thinking it was good for you and the Rhakshasa, if the Rhakshasa had a few minutes to talk to you.
Uh-oh.
You would literally immolate yourself for the good of the Rhakshasa and think it was awesome the whole time you died.
Why is that allowed? And how is that?
So a lot of people,
Weird.
players, really, really do not like Rhakshasas, and they do everything they can to stay away from them.
This is why I'm like, what if we waited until we have the gavel before we even
No.
start?
The Rhakshasa can't use its magic powers on you or spell abilities from inside the ring.
It can't do the Ardnoff thing of like, it
But-
doesn't get out. Like,
Right. I mean, and I can't roll a persuade against the party. That's something I don't do that. I have to literally try to persuade you, which I will.
you will not persuade me. I am sus.
Okay, there you go. You're fine.
Finn, wait. Time out. Roll it back. What do you mean you will not persuade me? Mr. Okay, the mind flayers are okay. I think Shellknock is pretty good.
Didn't you all play Baldur's Gate 3? Baldur's Gate 3 was supposed to be helpful for this.
I only got the chapter 1. Not even. I still have to.
Doesn't the Mind Flayer gobble your brain in one of the sets? Like, you can get gobbled, right? I'm sure you can.
Yeah, actually, can't you? You can get gobbled.
Yeah.
Oh, do you? I don't actually know if you get gobbled. You can get something.
You can super early.
Okay, all right, that's what I thought. Anyway, back to the scene. Is the party going to ask questions of another prisoner?
I want to talk to the Rhakshasa.
I'm out on this one. I'm scared.
Just to clarify, if we don't have the gavel right now, it can't do anything to us. We can talk to it safely. That's the point.
That's right. That's the whole point.
Okay. It's not gonna pull a god of chaos and just be like, "Yep," out the ring.
That's correct.
Okay.
That's what I'm scared
That's
of.
also what I was
That
feeling
only
real
possible,
confident.
literally because it was the god of chaos.
Okay. And God of Chaos, he put himself in there, right? Like he wasn't.
It was a masquerade the whole time.
Okay, yeah. So he wasn't actually in it. He was in a gem, but not.
Correct.
Yeah.
He was just fucking with you.
Okay.
Okay. And hi Ravioli. Good morning. I have notes and I can't remember. Do we wait? I have it on my inventory. Never mind. I don't have to ask this question. Give me 30 seconds to figure this out.
Okay.
Orchestrated the last war. I knew it. Okay. Was the last war, is that what they call the one between the Illithids and the Beholders? What was the last war?
The last war in this case, they're talking about the war between wait, do you know? I don't
know.
think the-
So
With
I don't
war
think the-
stuff?
I don't think the party knows.
when we picked up the gem,
Mm-hmm.
it said Belot had orchestrated the last war.
Right.
And I posited that it might be the Beholder and Illithid one.
Did you ask
But I don't think
a
we
shill?
know.
I don't think you know either.
Can we ask right now? Both Denriel and I forgot her name, the Justicar. Help. I would like to ask, what's the last war that this one did?
Denriel says it was a civil war between elves and the shill on both sides.
Elves in the shill.
There were elves.
Meaning
in it.
there were both on both sides.
Yes, that's what I mean. Denriel says over Alona. It would be smart not to spread around that you know that.
Fighting for or like just
Both. Some wanted Alona to be replaced, and some wanted the world to end. Remember, the shill were going to erase themselves
And
anyway.
This was the
And some of them thought, why not just erase all of us? You looked right at Ro. Do you remember this? She's got her lips pursed. Some of you did, and some of you didn't, because Zot cast a spell to make some of you remember things differently. But the reality is, there were shill who decided that if we're all going to die, we may as well take it all with us. And others that decided, no, we want a future for our species. You want to know why the Denali became what they are? That's why.
were the Denali fighting for or against Alona?
They wanted it all to end, but they'll never remember that now. Besides,
that's why
only one of
no
them still
seems-
lives who remembers it, or could.
Kithriel.
Remember, it was 2,000 years
Okay.
ago, says the narrator.
And at this point, none of them remember because they're like, we don't know why we don't talk. We just don't talk.
But for them, it's cultural. Like it's been generation upon generation, right? So
Right.
word just wasn't passed down, and now you know why it wasn't passed down. It wasn't that they chose not to; they literally didn't remember what happened. Zot rewrote history without changing the timeline.
Oh, wowzer. So, like, they're just kind of doing the like, they don't even know what they're necessarily standing for at this point. It's just like, oh, if it's not broke, don't fix it, kind of like generational trauma level of like carrying through with this disagreement.
Well, now they're working it out in Hollice,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Or they're going to be. Like, they're going to need the party to help. But yeah.
Can we just, no. I'm sorry.
Uh-oh.
I was,
What?
I was going to be like, I'm assuming it's not going to be a good idea for us to just run in and be like, you were lied to. And now be friends.
Maybe big gotchas aren't really the way to go. about it.
Yeah. Like, I feel like that'll be very whiplashy.
Yeah. Yeah. But Okay, I'm lost. I got
You got soup for
distracted
brains?
writing, and I missed some things in Soup for Brains. So why did Bellot orchestrate that?
You
How did that benefit Bellot?
you don't know, says the narrator. One way to find out.
Wait, is Balat the Rhakshasa?
Yeah.
Yes. Sasha. I'm excited to talk to this spooky little guy.
I don't want to talk to them. All right. Have at it then.
I'm gonna put the Rhakshasa gem on the.
Okay. A very well dressed, very elegant looking, very attractive humanoid being, looks somewhat tiger like, beautiful colors, very crisp orange and blacks,
Oh no.
but is wearing a blue, like severely elegantly tailored suit. Sophisticated, not gaudy, small buttons, silver, all blue, multiple hues, but they're all blended into one another in a way that would take very careful hand dyeing. Very lovely outfit.
Oh my god, I'm obsessed.
Ah, he says. So it's time.
Why does everyone keep saying that? Every time, everyone keeps telling us it's time. What is it time for?
My appeal?
Oh. No. Maybe.
Maybe. You seem uncertain. Are these not the wardens? He says to Shoro.
No, we are. I'm just contemplating.
Shoro nods. All right. Well, it's your meeting.
No, wait. Let me refresh. Have we talked to him at all for
You never see this being before, says the narrator.
the moon? You have some things you have by the Rhakshasa bullet points.
That was me thinking the last war was something else.
Okay,
But
okay.
like also like the last question.
Mhm.
And I guess it could be warped to fit. So like the first
Mhm.
one is pretty there, but also like how did they manage to spark the war and what did they gain from it? It still
Okay.
fits, but
Yeah.
ignore everything about the Illithid and Beholders.
Okay.
That's not relevant anymore.
Then we can kind of we can ask about like the how did they manage to spark as in Balat
Yeah, like
sparking
what did Balat do to get them at each other's throats?
What did I do?
Basically. Oh shit.
Well, sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but I am here in the room with you, so to speak.
we're having a conversation.
Technically you are in the room.
It is.
Just
He smiles at you. It's true. That's me and that little stone there. Red's never been my color, really. Doesn't go with the orange, but it's not really a matter of choice, as you understand, no doubt. How did I stir them into conflict? Well, I simply convinced those in, well, you don't start with those in power. Usually it starts with those who are of influence down in the ranks. Citizens who are loved and listened to. Those who are understanding of their community, who have the best interests of their community at heart. Because those are the people that everyone's going to listen to, including those in power who wish to remain in power. So convincing the masses organically that they needed to rise was how it started. That's the spark that got things moving.
What happened from there? Where did that spark follow the gasoline trail, if you will?
Yes.
To boom. Oh wait, not gasoline.
is gunpowder a thing?
Gunpowder.
No, it's okay. Pitch burns.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sounds like you have already decided about why I did what I did. You're asking how?
We haven't decided that either.
No, yeah, we haven't
working up to
decided.
it.
I'm following your story so far. With convincing, what did convincing the lower rank right? Like you obviously convinced them, so
Yes, popular opinion swayed, and then as a voice behind the throne, in one case literally, in another case much more figuratively, was able to help them see what their people wanted, which their people did want. Genuinely, they did after spending some time with me. But you're already ready to condemn me. You're not ready to listen. I don't
no,
know.
I'm listening. I said nothing.
If they didn't fight one another, everything would be lost. That was Alona's intention, and she was operating quietly, and many didn't believe she was going to do it, and I wasn't going to stand by and watch all life eradicated. Not when I could stop it. And so I did. But I can't stop it myself. I don't have the power to confront a goddess. And she wouldn't have listened to me because she was really beyond negotiation at that point. But the people were not. And when they realized the danger, they were sparked to action. But of course, if the other side wasn't sparked to action, Alona would have been able to act anyway. And so I needed both sides to act against one another for the delay. And that got everyone invested. And she could no longer hide what she was doing. I did what I did because it saved everyone. And since you're still standing here, I can see I was successful in spite of them treating me like this because they realized my deception. Deception is against the law. The shill were many things, but among them, they were not liars.
See, I don't see the logic in manipulating both sides when you could have just got everybody on the side of, oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
That Alona's bad. You didn't have to pit them against one
Now,
another.
they already believed Alona was bad, and they were ready and resigned to their fates. I stirred them to action.
Against each other.
They couldn't
This is
have
the
fought
thing.
her. She's a concept. Well, she was.
Wait, who was in power at the time that the masses were?
I mean, there were multiple shill. Zot more or less had things under control. Shill Ibane had a small faction of those who really wanted to be a part of nothing.
So you reported to Zot.
Reported. I spoke with him at the end. I think he suspected that I had been a part of getting his citizens to be so riled up.
Zot citizens?
Yes.
So there were shill and elves on both sides of this war, right? Did I understand that correctly?
Mhm.
Yes. Bellet says that's true.
Both sides fighting for both sides.
One side was fighting because they wished for the eradication to happen, and the other side was fighting because they wished for life to continue. And because everyone was fighting, that got other gods involved, some of them who weren't really aware of how far Alona had gone. But suddenly the new god of war knew. Suddenly the god of compassion couldn't ignore it anymore.
Who's God of compassion?
I can't remember his name now.
'Cause that's important, because I'm
What?
bringing that back to Ouija's.
I'm sorry. I never spoke with him myself.
So that one's changed, right?
That's correct, says the narrator. Good catch.
Wait, what changed?
The god of compassion. I don't remember the name right
Oh.
now.
Is that it starts
But
with an
it's-
S, right? I almost said Cilia. That's not right, but it sounds.
Oh, and because you said the letter S, it completely skipped my brain.
Oh no.
It'll come to me.
Oh,
It'll come to me. Sune.
Sune. There it is.
Sune.
okay. And Bellot just said that they forgot his name. Right?
That's what he said, yes.
So there was a different God of compassion.
At the time, yeah.
Right.
Now, I still want to speak to what you said directly because I think it's important. It would have been preferable if it hadn't come to war. Unfortunately, swaying them to peace would have taken too much time. And time was a delicate thing because Ilona was acting quickly. And people were more angry and frustrated than they were at ease with their positions. Now, this was largely because, with respect, he says to, nodding to Shilro, with respect, the Shill Empire's people were not happy because it was not a meritocracy. It was an oligarchy. One where the people with the most resources were able to learn the most powerful magics and then control more. It wasn't just their raw innate ability. Indeed, all of you are equally capable given enough time, correct resources to start with, enough help, assistance. But I'm only one being. I can only do so much. Now, as you're noted aware, I'm a demon, and it does bring me joy when suffering happens. But if suffering were to suddenly end because all life ended, that would essentially end me. And so some self-interest was at play.
Is that all you got out of it, or you were getting out of it? Was saving your own self-interest?
I mean, everyone acts with some measure of self-interest. Isn't that why you're all here?
No, true, but I was asking you if there was any further reason.
I mean, there could be no further reason. If everything was to end, if all life on this plane ended except for wild, unintelligent beasts, which is what Ilona's goal was, that would have left me to do what exactly? Dwell on the abyss with my brethren? Prefer not, thank you.
See, this just sounds to me like maybe you did want to save life.
I can't lie to you in the circle.
Yeah, but you're
I
not
know.
telling us the full truth either.
Let me cook.
Oh yeah, cook. Way more cooking.
If you wanted to save life so that you could continue enjoying suffering, but also it sure seems like you did it in the way that generated the most suffering in order to preserve that.
No, certainly not.
Instead
Ilona's path would have generated the most suffering. By far. The Shill's own orchestrations generated tremendous suffering. The font of their power, the very font of their power was suffering. Human sacrifice. People tricked into letting themselves be spiritually immolated. The joy for me, at its core, as a Rhakshasa, is just in the meddling. I do like to be a part of the cogs that turn, however they turn, provided that I have been the one to spin and add one or two in fundamental ways. In this case, my skills ultimately saved many more than the condemned.
You are giving us a lot of factual kind of like answers.
And is what you want, is it not?
Yeah. But it's in a way that feels very dodging of...
Then ask what you wish to do directly.
I'm with you, Finn.
Like I don't know exactly where I'm going with this, I'm going to be honest, but like it seems like every time we ask a question, your response is to give us metrics and answers that are slightly side tangent of
what?
Of you, of directly speaking about you.
I've already told you my motivations and what I accomplished. What else do you need to know?
Well,
I'm here to answer.
Ranmar, what did you said that it seems like he went about in the most destructive way to get to the...
Yeah, to
Something.
the end means of preserving life so that suffering still happens.
More the
It sure
meddling, but
seems like-
yes, suffering is a part of it for me. Yes.
Well, yeah, you meddled to create it. It sure seems.
I mean, for what it's worth, if I have meddled and no one suffers, I still get a kick out of it. But in this specific case, I was pretty much the only one who could do what I did. And I did. And that's why I'm here.
Tells me
It was that your
meddle.
only part was to pit people against each other so they would be the spark?
That's why I am incarcerated, yes. You're asking about my history before that?
But
Is that a thing I need to speak to? He looks at Showbrow. At this point, it's not up to me. Rose says, okay. I mean, I've done all sorts of Rhakshasa style things. That's my nature. That's what I was. I never orchestrated a war before. That was a scale beyond what I'd ever done,
but you telling me you did Rhakshasa things is not telling me what those things were.
broken business deals, shattered relationships, forged relationships, illicit relationships, illicit business deals. Occasionally I was asked to help people, and I did. Occasionally I was asked to not help people, and I did, because, well, sometimes helping the enemy of my enemy suit my purposes. I can be very persuasive. That is really my gift. For what it's worth, if there were any way for you to trust me, I guarantee you that anyone you wished to see things your way, I could help them see clear to that.
By doing what? How
Talking
would
to
you?
them.
Oh, okay.
You are clearly the leaders of your own community. Clearly have the interest of your family and friends at heart. That's why you're here. In this, frankly, forlorn and forgotten place.
From what I'm hearing, I'm going to ask this question. Do you think that you are are they a person? Person? Whoa,
Sorry.
I thought I was asking that question.
No, my mom just got an achievement and it badinked in my ear at
Oh
full
my gosh,
volume.
no.
My heart stopped. I'm so sorry.
You got jump scared by a notification. No.
It was so loud and piercing. I'm so sorry.
No, you're so good. I hate when that happens.
Glad you're okay.
Okay.
I was gonna ask if you thought you were a good, and then I was gonna say person, but then I forgot. Is he a demon? I want to.
The narrator would ask you if you thought Rachel was a person.
Yes. Okay.
A good person. I don't know, he says. To be honest with you, I met very few truly good people. And I spoke with thousands of people. There were two. I was a very young couple, and he actually looks wistful for a moment. There was a moment when I thought to myself that I could make sure these two stay together, that I could step in, and with just a few words with the young woman, she wouldn't make what I was certain would be a mistake. But I owed Sulian a debt, and so I stayed my hand, and I did carry that weight with me into this room. And when I was asked if I had anything to say for myself, I did. I spoke out against Sulian, who was not present. I thought it would say something on my behalf, that I saw the error in this, and that I saw it as a failure, a shortcoming on my own part. Is that not unbecoming of a demon to feel guilt for that? But instead I encountered nothing but rage, as if I were blamed for something someone else did.
Let's expand on that one. Let's expand on that couple.
I
The young man was fisher folk. Simple. Not educated. Not at all. But he was genuine. He was very warm, and the first time he ever saw Arani, she had fallen into a puddle covered in mud. She was reading something, and then the young man helped her up, and then offered to give her his jacket. She didn't need for the jacket. She had magics keeping her comfortable no matter what the elements. But she accepted the jacket because it was a sign of kindness she had not really seen in all of her studies.
What did you do? What was your part in? There was something that you said you felt guilty.
Yes, I felt guilty because I was aware that Sulian was pursuing her in a romantic nature. Now, I usually don't really care for trifles like that. Human relationships mean nothing to me. But again, I've met very, very few truly good people. And I felt that those two, Arani and Brian, were the only two.
Did you do something? Did you have something? Did you have like a part in them being together?
No.
You had no part in anything with their relationship.
No, that's what I'm saying, is that I regret not involving myself. It would only have been a 30-second conversation. Would have been enough to convince Arani that she was right. That she should choose her feelings over her sense of intellect and duty. Denying her own nature was her mistake. But it was her choice, and so, well.
What is denying her nature? I don't know if we need to pull back the camera a minute. What was denying her nature?
He's saying, says the narrator, that if he had butted in, she'd have been like, you right, Brian is really great. I should stay with him even though he's not as smart or influential or rich as Sulian, my teacher. But I should, instead, she decided, it is more becoming of someone of my station to wed the person who will forward my station, which is what this society is about. And Balat's saying, if he had just talked to her for a minute, that's all it would have taken him because of his skills to convince her that her heart was right and her head was wrong.
Gotcha. Okay. I think I missed. For some reason, I thought Sulian's magic name was Brian. I was like, Sulian, Brian, Shill, Brian, Sulian. Who? Okay. That makes up.
Brian. I love it.
Brian was no shill. The peasantry weren't. They weren't important enough. And that's why Shillarani felt she couldn't pursue her relationship. But she did spend a summer with him.
See, I'm just getting the impression that you can meddle for good if meddling is all you want, and then you just choose to meddle for ungood things.
As I said, I meddled for both purposes, but in that one instance, I did not meddle because it would have been a wound to Sulian, and I owed Sulian a debt.
What debt?
Sulian set me free from the abyss.
Wait, I thought there was no coming back from the abyss.
I also thought there was no coming back from the abyss.
You're all thinking of the void, says the narrator, maybe? Rachel's from the abyss. Rachel's literally the princess of the abyss, right?
Oh, I was thinking the place where the beholders go to fall forever.
That's what I thought.
That's the void.
Okay.
That's the bottom.
Never
bottom.
mind.
No, you're good. Common mistake.
So I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like that. I'm gonna be honest with him too. I don't like that. You meddle for it. I'm with Ranmar. It's given a lot of I meddle for good, but you mention you meddle for good and bad, but it seems like all the meddling is ending up being twisted as this good thing, regardless if it was for good or bad.
I mean, very clearly, not all of my meddling was to good ends. Do you need examples of that? It seems like you don't. You've already assumed that. It seems like you assume there's a balance. There is no balance. The balance is that I meddled to meddle.
And why? Remind me why you were put in the gym again?
Because I meddled with what the three wanted to do. And that wasn't okay, of course. Isn't that right, Madam Rowe? I'm just the Justicar, she says.
Would you meddle with us if we let you out?
Not if that was a condition upon my being released.
Don't get ideas, Finn.
I can help you, he says. No one you will ever encounter in all of creation is as persuasive as I am.
Don't you think you're getting to me now?
Given a few minutes with Alona, I could probably talk her into talking to you.
What? Wait, what? Alona?
Why
what?
now instead of...
Alona's dead.
She's had 2,000 years and a huge wound. Things are definitely different now.
I would say for the worse.
Well, it's probably true. I'm not involved, he says. Smiles at you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you made it worse. Thanks.
Wait, me?
What? No, Ballot made it worse.
Ballot.
How have I made it worse?
I'm
exactly?
sassing Ballot. I really don't like this guy.
I'm so back and forth on Ballot. I just like...
You don't know me. I don't know why. It's just because you're prejudiced against demons? I mean, that's fair.
No. That is not it.
Correct, Finn. Look,
Some of your best friends are demons?
I'm seeing the gaps in what you're saying.
How can
They're
I possibly...
big ones.
Well, then ask direct questions about the gaps. Let's fill them in. Let's help you be more comfortable.
We sure have been, and you skirt past them.
Well, what else do you want to know?
Wait, so you can...
I feel like I can't answer anything to your satisfaction. I feel like you're going to inflate the smallest of gaps to make them large because you don't trust me.
No.
That means your feelings are getting involved, which is unbecoming of a Justicar. He looks at Rue. But then again, feelings were what got me locked up in the first place. Nothing to do with rules. The shill were totally complacent with my meddling as long as it served them. The moment it didn't, joke's on me.
How did you ever meddle with them?
With the
three.
Constantly.
Then how would we trust you that you wouldn't meddle with us?
Because you can literally put a geese on me, can't they?
What's a geese?
To prevent me from doing that. Yes, that's accurate. Sure it is. So the circle can literally put a binding on him to where he has to do a certain thing, you said.
Can we put a thing that says only meddle with who we allow?
Oh, this is so bad.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't know that I believe that. That scares me.
Is there? I am contemplating things I shouldn't be.
I want to take a pause as an experienced dungeon master, and I want to ask for a show of hands out of the three of you. If the decision was being made right now, who would let Balat out?
With the
Sure.
things put in place?
With that rule put in place, yeah. Okay, just checking.
Oh, okay. I feel like I would want to, because I feel like he would be helpful. Like, what if we brought him to Zot? It was like,
I would accept that challenge eagerly, says Balat. Zot would take a lot of convincing. He had a lot of reason to not trust me, but I could get there. I often do, he says.
I'm not convinced that. I feel like what's the common thing where you like wish for something, but if you didn't specify exactly what you wished for, it would turn sour kind of situation.
Like, I'm having a hard time as a DM right now. I want to step in and I want to share with you all and the people at home that this was a campaign designed to challenge second edition veterans. Second edition veterans who had all of them at one point in their player careers as kids dealt with the literal demon deal where they think they know every goddamn last letter and comma and period in the deal.
Yeah.
And in the end, the demon still gets them.
Yep. That's
Right?
my fear.
And yet, every fucking time I have done this, I have always gotten at least one player to be like, let's let him out. Every fucking time. And I'm so proud. Because it's a Rhakshasa, everybody. It's a Rhakshasa. And I'm only breaking decorum right now because I don't want them to get fucked over by a Rhakshasa, because if they let it out, it will end the campaign. That's like...
I know why.
That's a problem.
Is he lying
Because
to me?
it's a Rhakshasa.
But he said he had the thing. He had the thing.
Yeah, okay, anyway, go ahead. Let him out. No. I'm out. And we took a month off, and it was like we were segueing back in. This is not a good session to let the Rhakshasa out.
I don't know. But how could he lie to me?
I mean, I guess I'd have to have Rachel kill him. I guess that would probably be what happens. Like, I don't really know what else.
How? What is his only power that if he can't? His power is through talking, right? What if we make him not talk? Is there a thing you can put like cast something of some sort to like?
Then what use would he be for us at that point?
I hadn't gotten that far.
I love that you're so gung ho about this, but haven't gotten that far.
I haven't gotten that far.
Consider if he's swaying you this much
Oh yeah, no.
Without any dice rolls, without any magic.
Yeah.
while contained in a thing that gives him only his words.
And he can't lie.
Finnegan. Yes. Finnegan Police. I am so stressed out right now.
They use the full name. That's how you know it's serious.
That's fair.
I will.
We got a Finnegan.
I will back off on the mind flayer thing a little bit.
Oh,
if you will just think carefully about
Oh, that
this.
scares me so much.
So the ad break's about to start, and so I'm so sorry you're all going to miss Finnegan's existential crisis right now behind the scenes. It's a good idea to watch the YouTube video over the week to sort of
Don't
follow up
know
on
how
stuff.
I could be lied to.
We'll see you in 3 minutes, everybody.
I don't understand if I put a thing and he can only. Is he persuading me right now that he's going to allow me to put guys on him?
I didn't roll any dice. Did I roll any dice?
No, guys.
He's not putting a spell on you. He can't.
Right, but that's how persuasive he is. He's just doing it. Okay, but consider
I
mean,
figured that much. I know
let's
he's
be-
trying to still.
Let's
like,
be
totally-
fair. He probably literally could help you. He could very easily persuade a lot of people to do stuff very effectively and quickly. He could help the party. He would also be a huge fucking problem.
But what? But if he can only do his thing with people that we allow, that is part of his deal. How it not work? How he
But-
break it?
I'm not going
Okay.
to answer that. That's the fun part for me.
How
If you
he
actually let
break
him
it?
go.
How he
That's
break
like-
it?
So consider.
Okay.
Okay. So number one, you were like, he can't lie. That's true.
Mhm.
But there's one thing in saying the tree is burning and I set the tree on fire.
Yeah.
Neither of those are lies.
Correct.
And then also, if we say you cannot set the tree on fire, that does not stop him from getting someone else to set the tree on fire. There's so many loopholes.
We can't loophole it. There, we can't. We
I've been
can't cover
playing-
all the loopholes.
I've been
Can
playing
we?
Dungeons and Dragons since the early 90s. There's like 6 loopholes in the rule you already laid out. So I guarantee you I will find a hole in whatever you lay out and he will be incredible.
I'm gonna think on this.
Oh, sure.
It's not gonna be just. I'm gonna stew over this deal for a long time.
It's like every timeline, there's always been one player who's like, you know what, I think we can actually work with this guy, like every time. And the rest of the party's like, no. Except for the very first timeline, the veterans looked at me and said, you almost had us. And I said,
No, you were the entire time that was being like. I was like, oh, this is good. I'm
Thank you.
so gullible. I am hook, line, and sinker gullible.
you? Nah.
We gotta quote that.
Well, almost. Sorry, Balat. Maybe next campaign.
I didn't. I said I'd contemplate. I'm not gonna let her.
We are
Don't die.
Fraggie's eyeballs almost fell out of her face. Just like after all, he just told us he'd kill us all. And you're still gonna let him out. Because that's a Rhakshasa. That's the power of a Rhakshasa.
I'm just in character.
Got it.
Just in character.
That makes it worse. That's great.
Yeah.
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 10 seconds.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm just thinking
I'm
about
just thinking
it.
about it. I'm not gonna do
Oh my
it.
God.
I'm not gonna do
Dipping
it.
my toes in.
Yeah, a
that's
little,
all.
little
Yeah.
titty dipping.
Little toe dip.
Little toe dip into the
Welcome back.
Rhakshasa pool.
Welcome back, everybody.
Watch the YouTube video to hear about our little toe dip
The
into the Rhakshasa
demon
pool.
toe dip.
We had quite the shenanigans during the ad break, trying to convince Finn this is a bad idea. Unfortunately, none of us are Rhakshasa who can convince him it's a bad idea.
I mean, he wanted to help
my
Arani. He felt bad for not helping Arani. Those are true things. It's true.
I mean,
I don't buy it.
It's true. It literally
true
can't be a lie.
things.
No, I know, but like feeling bad about not helping and helping are two very different things.
Yeah, could he have helped?
Look, I get that Esbray and Fraggy already see that this guy is a sack of shit, but I mean, Quinn's still getting there, so let's give this to me. Okay, let me enjoy this.
It's our
have
job
Hollice.
to
I have
literally
the
help
best
Quinn
interest of
get
Hollice in
where
mind.
Quinn needs to be.
All right, well,
Help me, Esme.
Finnegan has
I got
karma.
you. I got you.
I don't like him. I don't. Does he know how we? Do you know how we can help Arani
what do you mean?
with what is Arani stuff? She is.
She was conscious
Yes.
for all those. She was awake for all those.
2,000 years old ghost. I think given some time with her, I could help her.
Not you. I
Come back to
didn't
herself.
ask you to do it. I said, do you know of a way that doesn't involve you?
No. It would take someone of my persuasion levels to help her see that she still has value. That she can do things, and that she's strong and smart. To really address the pain, not let it control her. Yes, I could help. I've done it before. Not for a 2,000-year-old ghost, but I have helped people negotiate their trauma.
How are you so persuasive?
It's my nature. I was created to be this way.
Squinting. Okay. So
I see I failed to
At
persuade your
your-
friends, he says.
To me?
Mhm.
You haven't persuaded me.
I see. Well, I've done what I can.
Were you persuading me? Are you trying to persuade us?
Certainly, I would like to continue existing, but that's not my decision. I can offer
a
you.
non-answer.
That's a non-answer.
I answered your question. I don't understand.
This guy's giving me the ick. I don't like this guy.
Yes or no? Are you using your mojo?
Are you
Verbal
using your mojo?
Yes. How could I not? It literally is my nature.
See? There we go.
You can't do that in the gym though, yeah?
Do what?
Use your mojo.
But there's not like any power happening. It's just them.
That is literally true, yes, says the narrator.
Okay.
Because I can't use my powers in the ring. Do you think I've been enchanting you from in here? I can't do that.
With your words.
I appreciate that. But that's more or less what I'm saying is that these are my skills.
Stretching my team out.
And I can use my skills to help you.
What if somebody wanted to learn your skills?
I could teach you some, yes. Is that what you
From in
want?
that circle.
Yeah, from in the circle.
It would take months and months. If you'd like to continue speaking with me, I suppose we could work towards that.
Okay, I put the gym back up. Bye-bye.
Okay. Oh my God, are you buying that shit? Ashtel says. wait, hang on.
Oh God.
Sorry, Ashtel. So
What?
he could help us, right? Ashtel says.
No.
No.
Can I also roll a persuasion?
Mm-hmm.
God.
I'm gonna roll a persuade against the party member. Interesting.
No, yeah,
This is what you were holding Rhakshasa guilty of, right?
Yeah,
Says
yeah.
the narrator.
Yeah,
Weird.
I don't.
How is it
yeah.
okay for you but not him? That's weird. That's unfair.
That's why I backed up. That's why I backed up. Even if it's helping, even if it's to convince.
You're holding the gem in your hand. You look into the gem and you can see Balad in there. He looks like he did in that moment when he reflected on what happened with Arani and Brian. Now you know Brian's name. That might actually help you with Arani.
Yeah.
Right.
I wrote that down.
So but is that what he's been stuck with? Is it the thought that surfaces in his semi-conscious when he's there? Is the one thing that haunts him for thousands of years in that gem that he failed to help Shilorani when he had the opportunity?
Or was this strategic because he knew that we could see him looking sad and pensive in the gym to garner sympathy?
Look, Ranmar doesn't see that this guy can help you, Finnegan. But Finnegan does see that, right? Says the narrator, who's not evil and has your best interest at heart. Ashtel gets it, says the narrator. Because Ashtel rolled real bad. Like, super bad.
Ashtel, Finn, please.
But now that
please,
he's up, I'm
please.
assuming we're not going to be affected by him. Question mark. Is it a long-lasting effect?
What are you talking about?
It's whatever he said to you. There's not an effect. It's all in your noggin.
Did you roll a save, Finnegan?
No.
Yeah. Did I ask you to roll a save?
No.
Did you have to roll to not be persuaded?
No.
Did I roll a die during that entire conversation?
No.
It was just a conversation in which he could not lie to you. And he did, in fact, I think, persuasively argue that he could help you, and he has done some good. Has he done some bad things? Yeah. Yes, he has.
I think he's gaslighting us. I think he
At least a little
like-
bit, probably. He's a Rhakshasa. I don't want to tell you, but like,
There was a lot of gaslighting and a lot of I could help you. I could use my powers
Yeah.
to help you. Not once was it I will.
Yeah. I didn't even
Yes.
catch that. I
Please.
that
I would have succeeded if not for that pesky Ramar.
That I didn't even. I said gullible, y'all. I said, okay, it's a problem.
I want everyone in chat to just to please observe that this is like the 5th time I have had this scene play out in this campaign with a group of people, and every time, except for one, every time some of the tables like we should let the Rhakshasa go, and they genuinely believe the Rhakshasa would help if they had sufficient rules in place to protect them, which is literally the thing the Rhakshasa is designed to exploit. That's what it's for.
Well,
I'm so proud. I want to thank the Academy.
well.
Damn it, Thades.
That was really
Stressing me out.
stinking good.
The best part about that was even after I pulled the curtain back way early because I felt bad as the 2nd edition DM who was like going to really like destroy his party here because this was intended for the 2nd edition vets and it worked on them almost. Like it was clearly working here. I'm like, oh, I better pull the camera back.
Oh.
And even after I said this is a trick, Finnegan's still like, but no, we can actually work with this guy. Like I sold it so good that I failed to undo the damage the Rhakshasa did.
It's true.
Oh my god. I'm so stressed.
Aren't you glad you talked to Denriel first?
But hear me out though.
Denriel, by the way, does not want to let the Rhakshasa go.
That makes sense.
He's like, if I have a vote yet, do I have a vote? We should not let the demon go. Some demons
Thank
you can work
you.
with, but that one's like, there's like 2 classes of demons that are essentially incarnations of deception and can never be trusted. Rhakshasa
Okay.
and succubi. You just can't trust any of them under any circumstances.
Addendum.
Sure.
Asterisk.
Okay.
Except.
Uh-oh, he says.
It's fine.
Shit.
Just
Does the party have an insurgent?
You're gonna make Finnegan have an
No.
existential crisis about Rachel.
The who? He says.
wait, how can you trust the Rhakshasa and then be sus
No, about
of
everything.
Rachel?
Everything. I'm not sus about
literally,
Rachel.
Rachel has
everything.
like almost thrown her life away multiple times for the party.
That's
and, like,
it's in my head.
What is happening?
the Rhakshasa has done some real damage, I think. Well,
For an already
You
sus
sure
player.
Finn didn't have to roll a save?
I mean, maybe you should have. I don't know.
No, I think Quinn has to roll a save.
Oh God.
Quinn has to roll a save.
Well,
Oh my god.
I'm stressed out.
it's 10:50. I'm okay going to about 11. I can go to 11:30. But if you also want to wrap it because it's bedtime stuff, it's okay. We can start.
Yeah, my
Pulling it
head is
down.
pounding.
Okay.
Oh
okay.
no, yeah.
In that case, let's pull the curtain back, roll the credits, say hello, chat.
I still
Hi,
have I still
Chad.
have one hear me out though that I was gonna say. That chat, I'm interested on chat's perspective.
I like Beardless's response already. No, Finn. No hearing out in all caps.
Oh, I can see.
There you go.
Thank you. Yeah, it's genuinely hard for me to, even with my glasses, see chat for the most part. Except now that it's pulled up like big.
It'd be a great twist if Rachel was actually evil, so Sakura. Yeah, I guess that's true.
That's why you
No.
can't do. I can't.
I mean, again, going back to second
Cannot be
edition,
sus of Rachel after
I
what
am
just
not.
happened.
I am
to
not
you.
sus of Rachel. I cannot be sus of Rachel. I'm just gonna repeat that. It's my mantra.
Rachel came from the original module that I ran, Forge of Fury, that I turned into Durgeddon's Forge, right? And it does says there's a succubus in that room in that library, and as soon as they go in there, the succubus like tricks them into setting her free and then kills the party because it was basically a second edition approach to 3.0. It was merciless trying to kill the players. Basically, she was like overwhelmingly over leveled. And so I thought what would be more fun is because the second edition people are going to know immediately. Like you walk in the room and everyone has this experience. You had it with Rachel, right? You walked in and I'm like, you see the most beautiful human you've ever seen in your entire lives. Immediately D&D players are like, uh-oh. Right? Why is this like crazy smoke show hiding in this library? Like there's no reason for him to say she's the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. And then the NPCs are always like, wow, she's like so pretty though. And they all act really weird around her because they're all failing their saves.
Yeah.
Now I don't make the party make saves because Rachel's not, she's like trying to hold back her abilities, but she don't hold them back so far. Now the second edition people, I knew they would assume she was evil. And so I was dedicated to trying to convince them she was good. And because she's a being of deception, it's occupied by R, like there was no way for them. And so she never did a bad thing ever. She always helped. And they always tried to find the bad in what she did. For years of her being involved, saving their asses. And it took like a real heart to heart where they were like, basically, I want you to explain why, because, well, I can't, that I can't spoil. That's about to happen to you all too. But there was a moment where they all sat down with her and talked to her about something. And at this point, you all have an easier time because you trust Rachel. They didn't, but they needed to get this information basically, and they didn't know if they could trust it. And when they got it, that was the first step to them realizing they could maybe trust her. I mean, it was interesting because the whole time, Fall Down Go Boom's now wife, Mrs. Fall Down, as he calls her, was like, obviously she's good. This is the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with you all? She's a succubus. She's all succubus are bad. She would say, and she'd just like throw the towel over her shoulder, go back to the kitchen, and then come back out with cookies because she baked a lot for us. But yeah, they had a hard time trusting her. And then like years later, I played with a bunch of polygoth kids, and they were like, "What demon? She's ours. We adopt her immediately."
Right.
And there was just not a hesitation. The moment they recognized what she was, they were even more excited. They're super enthusiastic. She's like, "Yep, she's one of us."
Yep.
So Rachel had a really easy time ingratiating with that party, really fast.
Yeah.
So the Rhakshasa is not gonna win this time. I suspect. I'm so sorry, chat. I know some of you were really excited to see the new party member Balat.
Who?
Helping out.
Who?
I will watch this VOD and find out who.
Trouble.
Jeez.
No, I just saw Beardless's
Oh my
quote. A
which
Finnegan quote about me being gullible. Don't worry
Oh, did
about
Beardless
it.
type it up?
I see it in chat.
I am gullible. I am hook, line, and sinker. Finnegan.
Gullible. Yes.
February 7th, 2025.
Oh.
Now you know.
That's true.
There is an owl. Not in the owl's not in. No, she's waiting outside. Monty doesn't come into these places.
Oh yeah, money doesn't come into closed things. Yes.
She's outside and she has pooped on some number of elves. And they're pretty shiny armor.
Oh.
Just Monty things.
Just Monty things.
Just Monty.
But she can say sorry,
fucking
right? And she can poop on
high.
them and then say sorry. Does she have the
Is she
capability?
is she sorry?
Probably not.
I'm still counting that as a win for Balat.
I have plans.
No.
Yeah, you got a point. Hey, you almost got it.
No.
I have a plan. I'm gonna think on it.
Hey,
No.
Ashtiel thinks maybe
No.
you could work with the guy.
No.
No. No. No.
I roll.
No. No.
I'm gonna keep him in the gym. What if my
No.
plan involves keeping him in the gym?
Ranmar is putting their foot down.
What if my
No.
plan involves...
Sooner or later, he'd convince you to let him out of the gym.
Really?
Of course, you were so close to doing it already.
But
In like 10 minutes of conversation.
Yeah, so like it'd be
Imagine
like
if we carry him
4
around
sessions
for
of you
months.
talking to him in the gym, and just you and him, and he'd be like, "I can do a little more if you let me out."
oh no.
And you'd be like, "Yeah, we've talked a lot. I trust you."
oh no.
Come on, you know I'm right. Like that's the point of a Rhakshasa.
Oh, I thought the gym would Protect me.
Not even the magic circle of cannot do powers
Oh, they are.
protected you, Finn.
Turns out that
yeah. all right,
Ranmar's
all
high
right,
stress
all right.
paranoia has protected the party. Oh, and also Fraggie's infinite incredulity. Those two things. Like Fraggie's played a lot of horror games. She recognizes a toilet bowl when she sees one. She's not reaching into this toilet bowl. That's not happening.
No poo rags. No poo rags for this
Oh,
party.
no. Rules are not real.
I guarantee you he would have abided by any agreement you made to the letter.
That doesn't mean anything.
I am.
That's what I'm saying.
He
Thank
didn't
you.
set the tree on
I think
fire.
Fraggie would have survived second edition. I know Muna would have, but Muna would have never slept again.
Maybe. Oh my god. This is so stressful.
Balot's
I
a
don't know
smooth
what to do.
operator. Lawful evil is the most entertaining kind of evil. I agree. That's why Zot is lawful evil. I mentioned this in the Discord, but I didn't want to not mention it here. Hey, Salads. Has anyone seen the Westworld TV show?
No, but I've heard it's very good.
Watch out for spoilers. I've only seen the first season. Just rewatched it with Lost. We're gonna watch it. We're starting season 2 this weekend. But like, so Westworld has a character in it played by Anthony Hopkins called Ford, and Ford, I maybe unconsciously, is a dead ringer inspiration for Zot. Like they have exactly the same thing going on, where they're both like, I did what was right for the people that I had as my charge. And I was fucking merciless about doing it to the people around me and to the people I was responsible for, because I would make sure no matter what the cost was that they would live the way I wanted them to, in a way that I saw as comfortable for them. And it was comfortable, but the price was paid by basically everyone except for Zot. That's kind of like, and Ford had that energy the whole time. Echo, you were not misremembering that. That is a feature, so it's true. But this is actually a thing that second edition people would have known already, so I'll just mention it here. So you cannot change the alignment of a demon, because doing that destroys the demon. That's why Rachel is such an exile and an anomaly, because her alignment does not conform to what it ought to. That's why she's shunned by her people.
Sorry, I was getting real. I was revving up the blot.
Was that your plan?
I was revving up. I was revving up again.
Yeah, so Balot is Balot is lawful evil, and Balot,
Okay.
if he was changed to some other alignment. So the problem is that a demon is literally the embodiment of their alignment in Dungeons and Dragons terms. Like Vergadine is the very embodiment of lawful good. He is by the rules, and he likes to help, wants to do things as nicely as he can, but he follows the rules very strictly.
Oh, you can still follow the rules and be evil.
Absolutely, that's what Zod is.
I've just made that very
Darth Vader,
obvious
General
connection.
Zod, good examples of like lawful evil. Like they think rules are super important and they should be at the fucking top.
Gotcha. We turned him into a kitty and adopted him, Yuki.
Just get a regular cat.
No, you.
Just get a regular cat.
A
Then you only get
Rhakshasa
like you get
cat.
like cut by cat claws maybe once or twice a month, and that's the worst that happens. Get a little infection, Ranmar fixes it. That was your day. Not, oh my god, I killed all my friends. I think that was a good idea, but I don't understand why. And then Balot pats you on the back and says, anyway, let's go on to the next one.
Ooh, I don't like that.
Two different sides to that. Right? Two different sides. Yeah, Thanos is a pretty good example of lawful evil. Yeah, dark side.
Oh. Well, I need to ponder my
Chaotic
actions.
neutral. The only example of chaotic neutral I can think of, I didn't even think of it. It was Matt Colville pointed it out. Is Garrick from Deep Space Nine. That dude's chaotic neutral.
Yeah.
Or true neutral, pardon me. Chaotic neutral, I would argue, was kind of Ali Damara, but Ali Damara is absolutely slanting evil. I think that's happened at this point. So.
Wait, I know that name and I'm not placing it. Help.
Alidamara is the halfling that hopped out of the gem and was real Rudy well.
That's yep.
He's like,
gotcha.
this is the best gotcha, 2,000 years in the making. I'm the only one who got it because no one else remembers me. But I thought it was funny. That's all that mattered. How random, right?
What does chaotic good look like?
Here's a good example of chaotic good. Oh God, I have to go back to that. It's that. So I mean, picking characters in literature makes it difficult, and there's like a lot of different things that could fit it. But the idea is that if you really, it's not just that you don't care about rules; it's that you deliberately oppose them, right? And so it can be a little flexible in that, like, you know, in some cases you could say Luke Skywalker was chaotic good because he opposed the Empire that was lawful. But the moment the Empire was down, he still wanted someone in charge, which is law, rules, and organization, right? A code to follow, right? Jedi also have a code. So someone who like, it's not someone who's like completely opposed to it, a little random. I would say in the campaign, Esmeralda is, even without trying to be, chaotic good. Because she does some random shit sometimes, can't be predicted, but she still wants people to be okay.
Okay. I gotcha.
Milavir,
Touch the artifact.
chaotic good. Right. Even
Make
though,
them kiss. Make them
you know,
kiss.
she gets like, she like off her fucking hook. Like she still wants to help people and do the right thing. She feels for the right reason. Right. Ranmar, lawful good.
Very scared is my alignment right now.
Finnegan, chaotic good. Right.
Ah.
It's the random. It's the I want to do a thing just because it's interesting. I don't think of anything else until later on, and I think, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. And if that happens all the time, yes.
Okay.
Rocket Raccoon is chaotic good. Yeah, I think that's a good one, Kraken. Actually, thank you. Ollie Damara was Greyhawk. Exactly right. Yeah, he got ported to third ed. He was in the third ed handbook. Yeah, I mean, I piecemeal picked gods from across the Faerunian pantheon and the Greyhawk pantheon that sort of suited my needs. Sune is pure Faerun, Forgotten Realms. Tempest, Forgotten Realms. Yeah, for those really super nerds out there. Does anyone else have any questions? So I want to smash the Balat gem to end the episode, just to like really make things interesting. Is Finnegan still holding the Balat gem? He picked it
better
up.
not.
I was gonna say. I guess
Put it in the box.
I'll put it in the box and. But I guess technically I am.
Yeah, because the credits rolled already, so you can't put the box out. So just this is important to know where it is for my sake.
Okay.
For
Oh, I scared.
my peace of mind. Yeah. I mean, it's like, for what it's worth, I didn't roll for Denriel or Milavir or Valen because all three of them were like, ew. So you don't have to worry about them. But poor Ashtel rolled quite poorly.
Ashtel, don't
Why?
get.
But she wasn't saving against
Got
anything.
two.
Right? She was rolling an intelligence check to think, does this make sense to me? Do I get this? And she rolled like a 4 and she's
Love
like,
her.
yes, I do understand. This is a good idea and we should work with this guy.
Oh, I love her so much, but no.
Look,
No.
you all have a minus stat somewhere.
Yeah, but
Ashtel's
strength.
minus is not her strength or her constitution. Those numbers are quite high. Her dexterity is okay too, actually. When you think about it, it's like
mine is wisdom and strength.
your wisdom, really interesting.
My wisdom is 0.
Huh, who would have guessed that one? I don't know.
Yeah, it's okay. Finnegan's a bit of a little himbo, just a little bit.
Yeah, it's getting there. We're all getting there now.
Just a twinge.
Every campaign needs a himbo. Good talk.
Okay, I
everybody.
can't talk to people, and there's a reason my charisma is a -1.
Oh, my charisma is +4.
On the bright side, in spite of all the trouble we had starting the stream tonight, guest star was flawless the whole time on this end.
Hey.
Was it like shit the whole time on your end? It sounded like at one point it went pixely, but
It went pixely when the internet was doing weird things, and it threatened to right after we started up again. But
now it's good.
it's been great. Yeah.
You've been great. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for playing games with me tonight.
It was really fun. I'm going to go lay down and scream.
So fortunately, we have even more exciting entities for you to question. Who remains? The mummy,
Mummy.
the lich.
Yes, that's it.
That's it, right? Oh God, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
We might be missing one, but I know the Mummy and Lich for sure because we just did the
Look at
Rhakshasa.
I'm pretty sure that's it. I think that's it. I mean, it might be a forgotten one, but you'll remember me.
Yeah.
There's 9, right?
Chill Office is the Lich.
Yes, that's right.
And we talked to
Chill Office, the Betrayer.
Yeah. Yeah, Renan Sul Eid is
Renan
the mummy. Those are the
Sul
only
Eid.
2 of the 9.
You're gonna talk to a mummy.
Yeah.
The mummy's exciting. He's like the random new gem I made this time. I'm like, I always want to add a new one, which is funny because that means every campaign gets an additional gem. So I'm just adding stress as the campaign goes on.
Hey,
This is a fun one. Yeah.
doesn't the mummy knows where the key is? Is that right?
That is correct. The key, which, I mean, I thought about you. I guess there's no reason the party would know this, but I'm just going to say you do know this. There is a key that starts the ship. That's the key. There was another key you were looking for too. It's the same key. I can't remember what the key was, but you were looking for 2 keys. There's only one.
I don't know.
It'll come
My
up.
brain's pretty mush right now.
9 2 actually.
Going
My brain's a
fast,
little
but
mush.
not getting traction.
Running the simulator.
Yeah. my brain is mushing more and more.
Fearless, I
goodness.
totally support a shopping session tomorrow. Go for it. We're doing D&D again tomorrow.
Oh my God.
I fear they're gonna be chaotic gremlins, and I'm not gonna know how to cope.
I just had a fantasy Costco in the other D&D game.
Fantasy Costco.
It's-
Yeah, it's just like I was thinking about that. You're all playing other campaigns, and like most campaigns aren't like this one.
No.
Most campaigns are we're going to save this village from this raiding goblin band, and that shit's fun. I've done that hundreds of times, and so like now this is what you get. You get this like 100 times crazy Game of Thrones bullshit, where you're the center of everything. And if one puzzle piece falls out of place, the entire thing collapses in your hands.
Yeah.
So the stress is
It's a good time.
exciting, but you're doing great.
Lucky.
And now all other
Lucky.
campaigns will always seem nice.
Yeah, a little bit.
Always seem nice. Friends, thank you very much for being here. I am back on Monday. I'm back on Monday night, and it's probably going to be Noita, or I'm going to make more shaders. I made a couple more shaders. Can I show? Oh yeah, here, look at this. It's behind me. Wait, it's in front of us.
Kaleidoscope.
Oh, just made this one.
I like the kaleidoscope a lot.
I like that one too. And we got the rain shader. Is that even still on here? Oh, I have a button on that one, I think. Do I have a button? Yes. Look at this one still works. Woo. So I'm making shaders you can use for OBS. I should probably put a link somewhere on my page. All right. We're going to raid Hybrid Spider because Spider's really sweet. And they are playing, I don't know what this is. I don't know what it is, but it looks like Baldur's Gate. And so it's probably fine.
It does.
It's probably fine. Follow your friends. Fraggy streams very rarely, but when it is, it's a special treat. Quinn's getting back into it, and he's up doing scary things, playing Mortuary Assistant, and Moonu streams more than all of us. And you definitely want to follow Moonu because you can always harass Moonu about Ashtail anytime on their stream, and it's always a pleasure.
Lucky tail.
There is a redeem. I've been a little absent from streaming for a couple weeks, but I'm gonna get back into it.
That's
I'm
fair.
resting my brain.
Yeah,
We'll
that's
be
fair.
back.
Everything's coming back. You can always watch me die as a wizard in Noida. I get my just desserts there. Farewell, friends. Zoom out. Okay, bye. Zoom in out. Go see Hybrid Spider. Okay, bye. Farewell. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Zoom out. Okay, bye. Farewell, everyone. We get bye. We get so small. Okay, bye. Astro likes Balat. Okay, bye. Balat does not like Ranmar. Does Balat like Ashdale?
Oh my God. Drop it.